We have my money-making jeans that I wear, and when you have to go out there, you have the ones that make money, and then the ones that, view actually that aren't as tight. So,
believe me, I've seen the money-making jeans. You guys got to go follow him on socials.
Everybody talks about that.
Seriously. This is Up and Country on 93.7 The Bull. It's powered by V Livecast. I'm your host, Sue Bonzel. Let's get this show started. All right, he's got a new album coming out, and he is playing all over Nashville. I'm excited that Greg Pratt is here. Welcome, Greg.
Thank you for having me out here.
I'm excited. So this is our very first interview here in our studios in Nashville, which we're excited about. So we're doing a little experimenting. Greg gets to be our guinea pig today, so thank you for being the guinea pig on the show.
We're gonna wing it.
So we were talking a little bit earlier, and I've seen that you play like a lot of gigs in downtown Nashville. Like, how many gigs a week are you doing, just like on average?
When it started, so I've been in Nashville for about six and a half years now. When it started, when I first figured out that I could kind of do music down there and actually make it, sort of a living, it was like 6 days a week. Now it's kind of backed it off. And it's more of like Friday, Saturday, for the high volume during the day. Yeah. Some closing shifts that are a little bit quieter on Saturday night. But then Mondays is at Justin Timberlake's place, 1230 Club, which is
that's a cool venue.
That's a 500 Broadway. That's not technically. I mean, it's downtown, but it's not technically Broadway, I think. But I don't know.
Still is.
Regardless of
it's like right across kitty corner from it, right?
It's kitty corner. You always say catty corner. So
I say catty corner, say kitty corner.
Interesting, but it's nice. Justin's is a little bit different because like when I go into Dirk's and do my show, it's still a solo, and I have the one kind of man 3-piece thing. I put the tambourine on my foot. They mix my guitar to have a little bit of a percussion on it too. When I hit the bridge pin, that's why I think I'm one of the only people I know guitarists that have 2 calluses there from the percussion side, which is interesting. So there you can
something to look for when you're hanging out with musicians. You're like, hey, let me see your calluses.
Where are your calluses at? That's weird.
That's a weird conversation, right?
But at Dirk's, you can really honky tonk it up, and it's a good time. Places like the Grand Hyatt or Justin Timberlake's can kind of get. It's a little bit nicer. Yeah. So I kind of have to ease everybody into the honky tonk mindset by the end of it. So it takes a little bit longer, but it's, it's fun.
And you are definitely like honky tonk. I've seen some of your shows, and it's like you are having a damn good time. You totally interact with the audience, which I love. And you got a group of fans that are following you around too, right? Mm-hmm. What's your group called? Do you have a group?
I don't have a group. I haven't. We're one day there will be there, I'm sure.
I have a name for it. Are you ready?
Uh-oh, here we go.
It's the Pratt Pack.
It's not bad. That's not bad.
It's the Pratt Pack. You want to be part of the Pratt Pack? You join his fan club. So there you go. And you can come to the shows and like hang out and all that good stuff.
Do I have to like pay you for that?
No. Free advice.
Intellectual property right there.
I'm here all week. So now, okay, I did see a video of you because, I did have to stalk you a little bit on like TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that because that's like my job.
I hope you saw the right video, not the wrong one.
I saw some of them. So I saw a really cool video. There's been several of you with the jeans, the Wranglers. What's the deal with the Wranglers and in the very tight jeans? Might I add?
It depends. There's some that I always I talk to my I got let's put it this way. I have another. We call him my second family. We call him Papa Cowboy, and then he's got a whole family of people that work on his ranch, 55,000 acres out in Douglas, Wyoming. Okay. And I met them through an original song that I wrote. One day I was playing, and it was in the middle of a winter. So it was when Miranda Lambert's was Crazy Town, and it was on the very top floor, and nobody would show up for the entire 4 hours I was playing. So I would just literally serenade the bartender.
Right.
Like for those whole 4 hours. Suddenly and it was cold outside, cold as crap outside. So these people from Wyoming that don't have a lot of clothes on, so like they don't mind that it's cold as heck outside, kind of come up there and start listening. And I play that song Different Strings that I wrote about my dad. And that is where our whole relationship started. They got me hooked up with a guy named Lori Merritt, who used to do a lot of work for Wranglers endorsements for about 20 years or more, I think. So they got me hooked up with them right before COVID really started kind of moving, they sent us, God, I think it was a good amount of gear for the entire band. And,
nice.
And they helped us out. So it was a pretty nice endorsement. So luckily some of the stuff still fits. But so we always make the joke, me and Papa Cowboy, that we have my money making jeans that I wear when you have to go out there. You have the ones that make money, and then the ones that, you actually that aren't as tight. So
believe me, I've seen the money making jeans. You guys got to go follow him on socials.
Everybody talks about that.
Seriously. And there's a little booty shake thing you got going on too.
That started in, I gotta say, the story time today. That started in Vegas. So I went with a guy named Big Vinnie Mac. He was one of the first winners of Biggest Loser, I think.
Oh, cool.
And we had a band. He asked me, call me up one day. This was about 4 years ago. He said, "Do you want to go play Vegas?" I was like, "Sure.
Why not?"
Why not? So he said, "We're putting a band together of our buddies. We called it American Made." And we went out there and played the Losers in the MGM Grand for 2 weeks or something straight. And there was this woman that came up one day. Me and Vinny would front. We'd switch off singing songs. And Vinny's like a hell of a dancer. Like, he can do the gyro stuff. He does the worm.
Wow.
And he's a kind of a really big guy too. So a woman came up, and I think she dropped like 200s in the bucket. She's like, "You two shake it." Vinny looks at me. He goes, "Do you know how to gyro?" I was like, "I think." And that video's on Instagram too. We turned around, and it made the entire night. So that's kind of goes along with what you were saying about that honky tonk thing. Is I want people to come to a show and forget about their 9 to 5, forget about all the politics, forget about everything that they're stressed with in a day.
Yeah. And
that's where my job is, getting them to let go and have the time of their lives for at least 3 or 4 hours.
I love that because, number one, you're a very talented musician, number one, but then you also get to be that entertainer, like I said, and interacting with the crowd. And of course, doing a little booty shake once in a while, right?
It works.
The ladies seem to like it. So now, did I hear right? Did you audition for American Idol?
There was, this is a while ago. But yes, it was when they came, I forget what the hotel's name. It's right by the Ruth's Chris steakhouse on West End, I think. And they came in there and they were in some of the conference rooms. The week before, I got a message in my email, I think. And they said, "Hey, we looked at your Instagram, you need to come out and audition." So it was kind of one of those different auditions where it's like, normally I wouldn't have gone because I was working all the time.
Right.
But I actually think I canceled a shift, and me and my manager, Jace, went up in there and sat in front of the judges and talked to them. And I played my favorite country song of all time, which was "Don't Close Your Eyes" by Keith Whitley.
Oh, man. Really I'm with you there.
"Don't Take the Girls a Close Second" by Tim McGraw. But I played that one, and I played my heart out, and they're like, "That was amazing, we love it," and then they sent me home and never called me, which is fine.
You know what? Maybe if you would have finished it up with a booty shake, maybe then.
I don't know if those two go together.
Right? Maybe a different song. I don't know. That's too funny. All right, so I also saw you do a song, and this is I think this is your song, "Quickest Hands." Is that yours? Okay, dude, you got some mad skills. And when he says "quickest hands," honestly, on the guitar, I'm like, holy crap, that is impressive. So, I mean, how did you learn? How long have you been playing? I mean, not everybody can do that, really.
So I guess the way it started was, the Guild guitars that I have were given to me by my dad. That's a whole another thing to unpack with my family situation. What it used to be with them all being doctors and me being a musician, big kind of
oh yeah,
right angle. So I got those from him, and I remember when I was a kid, I kind of wanted to learn how to do it. He lived in Nashville for a while when he was doing residency at Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
So he kind of just drew a bunch of chord progressions, chords that go together that sound good when you play them all together. And I had a sheet of it, and I learned that and kind of how to make the chords. But the rest of it was just trial and error over 10 years. You learn how to do tablature, because I was trying to do electric guitar first.
Okay.
Because everybody was, when you're in junior high, everybody loves 80s rock because they have all the cool licks and stuff. That's everybody would spend hours just looking up tabs. That was our lunch break. So a lot of it was just the percussive style with beating on the bridge pins with the wrist and all that was just kind of trial and error for a while. I didn't start singing really until right before I came here. So I've only been singing for about just under 6 or 7 years, which was kind of tough coming here with that when you have people that are trying to make it in music and they've been doing it for 20.
Right.
And it's kind of a tough competition. So you kind of have to do a lot on the fly. And guitars, for me, was the same kind of way. What's interesting with me is it's nice to do that when you're by yourself, and there's parts like when I do a full band show somewhere, I have to learn to let go and let the band kind of drive the whole thing together.
Right.
And it's an interesting trade-off because I have to learn to kind of surrender more of because again, when I'm up there in a show, I'm creating the rhythm, I'm creating the music, I'm doing the vocals, kind of the whole 9 yards. When you're with a full band, you have to learn how to back up and play less and let them kind of fill it in and let their talent shine too. So it's a good balance there, but yeah.
And so basically everything's just an experiment, right? Just
a lot of times in music, I've said this before in an interview I had with Devin O'Day, is like when my dad as a doctor would make a mistake, which he didn't make a mistake, never made any mistakes.
Let's make that clear.
But when he does something wrong, or if he were to do something wrong, something bad happens. When I do something and I make a mistake and a flub out, it can potentially be something really, really cool.
Right.
So winging it is not necessarily a bad thing. I know rehearsals are there for a reason, but calling audibles at the last minute on some stuff, it gets cool. And that's awesome. Kind of the beauty of music. So.
That's kind of fun. Now, what's like the biggest dream? Like, what would be like the milestone for you in country music?
That's a tough question. So when I moved here, I guess the way I can say it is I went to University of Alabama, went back, took some classes at the University of Memphis. It was kind of between both of those. And I left with a credit left to graduate. I was literally a third of a class left. So that's a third of a class. So I made an F basically because you missed last year of the class. And it's one of those where I actually have to be there, which is why I haven't gone back and got it. But I left at the very end to come here and do this. And I made the decision when I got here, or when I was moving here, that I was going to do nothing else with my life, period. It's always been kind of stressful in the beginning with my dad being a surgeon, my mom, my uncle, my grandpa, all being pediatricians, sister's a civil engineer. So
you're like, Daddy, I'm going to go play the guitar.
It was an interesting conversation. I think I almost got hung up on in the beginning. But it's a milestone for me, as I kind of view it as that's a way you can help people. Music has a way of helping somebody that no pill, procedure, anything can. It's a whole different type of an ailment sometimes when we have an ailment of the soul or an ailment of the something like that, your emotions, and music is the perfect healing tool for that. Whether it's getting people up out of their seats and getting them going with a fast song, or whether it's a song that's going to get them to really kind of look inward. So the milestone for me is, I only got so many years to live. So I want to help as many people as I possibly can through that, and get as many people out of their chairs and dancing as I can before you kick the bucket. I guess that's really the only way I know how to look at it.
I like it. Well, so you've got a new album.
Single.
Oh, single.
I have 4 singles coming out.
Single.
An EP.
Well, it's kind of like a new album. It's EP. Yeah.
The EP will be out. We're going to probably do the EP later on this year.
Okay.
But we got 4 coming out first, with the fourth one being August 25th. And I think we put the EP together after that.
All right. So you got a song right now. Just came out.
Well, it's about to. March 10th. We're 1 week out. Hey, 4 years of development and kind of getting the right songs together and putting it together. And it's been a lot of investment of time and hours, and we're finally there.
That's exciting. Well, congratulations on that. That's really cool. Okay. So would you be willing to play a little song for us?
Yeah. Do you want to hear that one? We'll do what you want.
We'll do what you got. We're going to take a little break, and then we come back, and you get to play whatever song you want. Whatever's your favorite that you want to share with us. I know any one that you pick is going to be amazing. So we're going to do a song, and after that, we're going to play a little game with Greg. So you don't want to go anywhere, because we've got music, a musical performance, and we've got a game. So we're going to have some fun.
Hey y'all, this is Greg Pratt. This is my new single called "It Don't Last Long." Comes out March 10th. Here we go. Bent on raising hell, the summer we came alive. Fake IDs and time to kill, we were all in for the ride. We slow down, chasing, racing against the sun. You can't steal time, but we damn sure try. It's a full tilt boogie to the day we die. Gonna live, gonna love, gonna grab it all before it's gone. 'Cause brother, it don't last long. I know there will come a day somewhere down the line when the wild days fade away. You can run, but you can't hide. I'm gonna leave my life with no regrets. Double down on all my bets. Chasing, racing against the sun. You can't steal time, but we damn sure try. It's a full tilt boogie till the day we die. Gonna live, gonna love, gonna grab it all before it's gone. 'Cause brother, it don't last long. We can bitch and moan, we can scream and cry. That river's gonna run till it all runs dry. Might as well jump in, do it all till it's done and live. 'Cause man, we just hit a one. You can't steal time, but we damn sure try. It's a full tilt boogie till the day we die. Gonna live, gonna love, grab it all before it's gone. You can't steal time, but we damn sure try. It's a full tilt boogie till the day we die. Gonna live, gonna love, grab it all before it's gone. Brother, it don't last long. Yeah, it don't last long. Woo! Belt City.
All right, thank you, Greg. That's his new single, It Don't Last Long. So tell us about this song.
So this song was actually a pitch. When it came across the desk, it was in the middle of when we were all locked down here. So we really didn't know, there wasn't a lot to do when we were fully locked down here. It was just kind of like, you know, work out, kind of do what
See,
you can.
this is where he got his muscles. These are COVID
like,
muscles, right?
It was a lot of like, we didn't know what was going to happen in the future and it was just kind of an open-ended, I don't know.
Yeah.
So what my team started doing is what we believe is what you have to do is get up every day, no matter how you feel, what you're doing, you have to find a way to move your ball forward.
Nice.
And that's kind of what we started doing. Then this song came across the desk. When I first heard it, I was like, holy crap. It hit me like a truck. And I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of other people out there that feel just like me who don't know where things are going to go or how it's going to end up. And that song helped me come to the realization that I only have so long. I don't live forever. So I have to get up and make it happen every single day, whether it's having the time of my life or advancing my career or just living. And that's kind of what it's all about. And I hope that message hits everybody out there that listens to it the same way it did for me.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's a beautiful song. So So we got a live performance from Greg. We did some questions. We're gonna play a little game right now. Another opportunity to get to know Greg just a little bit better. So y'all have heard of Truth or Dare. But here's the deal. We took off the dare. It's just truth and truth. Okay. So this is just some random questions. Okay. So you can't blame me if a question comes up because I'm not asking it. You're picking your own question. So,
Mom, if you're watching, get off, please.
Okay, it's nice.
Okay, all right.
It's tame. Come on. I'm not going to embarrass you. Okay. All right, you get to pick your first question. It's Truth and Truth with Greg Pratt. Here we go. What's it gonna be?
If you met a genie, what would your 3 wishes be?
Oh, see, that's a good question, right?
Pretty good.
A new guitar.
Crap.
I'm just kidding.
That's really tough. Maybe like a lifetime supply of Whataburger.
Oh, there you go.
Really
you know
good.
what you need is a pass to the front of the line at Whataburger.
Oh, I've seen that.
Seriously.
Line. That's why I haven't gone. It's going to be rough. That'll be the first one, definitely, except it's good. 2 would probably be more hits than George Strait.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? if you're going to ask the genie,
but you got to work
why
for
wouldn't
that.
you?
Yeah, I feel like you got to work for that
That's
too.
okay. That's
so
right.
It would be like, if I work for it, more hits than George Strait.
There you go. More.
I love George Strait. His stuff is just fantastic. All of it. The third one would probably be a new Escalade, and I'd probably give that to my mom and dad.
Aw.
And be like, hey, here's a new car. I know you guys still they like to play tennis a bunch, and they're always hauling that, or golf clubs or stuff.
That's so cool.
I'd kind of like give them a little bit bigger of a vehicle to carry stuff around in.
Okay, you gotta love this guy. A little bit for him, a little bit for mom and dad too. So okay, that's cool. First question done. Well done. How about the next one?
Mom may or may not wreck it. So.
Be nice now.
Yeah, she knows. All right, we got another one. How many of these we're doing?
How many do you want to do?
Oh, God.
How many do you want to do? You want to do 5?
That's a lot. Yeah,
3?
let's go.
You want to do 3?
Five's fine.
We'll get on a roll.
I'm not scared.
3. We'll do 3. He's not scared. He's not scared.
I might need a whiskey after 2.
We have that too.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever done in a mirror? That's amazing. Well, so every morning, my vocal coach, her name is Janet Kenyon, and she's also the vocal coach of what she does: Easton Corbin, Megan Trainor, Josh Turner, Brothers Osborne. So she's really helped me kind of like come into my baritone self. But we have these vocal warm-ups that I do every morning before I do anything. And I didn't have time to work out that morning, so probably one of the weirdest things I would have to say, because my girlfriend at the time was watching me do it too. Was doing a vocal warm up and doing like squat jacks at the same time.
Okay, that would have been TikTok worthy.
But I was brushing my teeth as well.
Wow, okay.
So that was like she got out of bed and she was like, "What the hell?" That was probably one of the top ones for me.
We're talking about raw talent right there. I mean, seriously, that's just plain raw talent. Okay, this
right,
to be final question. I'll let you off the hook.
All right, thank you. Getting to the bottom here, I can't really look.
There's a whole bunch of them in here.
What is a secret you've never told anyone?
Ooh. It's only on an interview all over the internet, so it's fine.
I guess this would be kind of cool. When I was a kid, I was diagnosed with horrible ADHD. Awful. Like energy all the time. That's why, like, whenever I say it on stage, I'm like, hey, anybody in the room have ADHD? And you have all people in the back, like, you'll see them and be like, yep.
Right.
If you can't tell, and I start doing all the whole percussion stuff, is like I have to be doing 5 things at once. When I'm sitting here by myself,
right,
I kind of get antsy. So there's that coupled with, and we figured it out kind of later what it was. They always call them tics or twitches or whatever. But it actually, when we looked it up and we did the research, it's a milder form of Tourette syndrome, which I know one of the pop artists I listen to. I'd listen to 2 pop artists primarily. One is Elton John. I love Elton John stuff. I'd love to cut one of his songs in a country format one day. Then Billie Eilish as well. She's got the same thing that I do.
Interesting.
Which is kind of interesting. So it was there's been kind of a struggle going through life with it, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of other worse things, I think, than what I have to deal with. Yeah. Mine's not even really that bad. But I think the biggest secret I've never told anyone is I've definitely used it before to get someone to go out with me. And
all right.
I kind of
now we're getting to the good stuff.
It's kind of so, and the way it kind of went was like, I kind of like, I don't know. It's not good, but it's not bad. I didn't hide it. It didn't put it into something else. But I was like, I'm not trying to make her feel sorry for me, but I'm not going to tell you exactly how I did it. But
okay, don't reveal the secrets. I definitely used it to my advantage. Maybe not in the best way, but you know what? Whatever. I feel like being serious about this is everybody's got something that they have to deal with, and in my case, I hope that if we knock it out of the park with everything going on, that, they always say everybody's got to cross the barrier, everybody's got something they're dealing with, that it'll at least encourage some other people that have that kind of what they think might be a setback to them. Absolutely.
in that case, it actually worked. And, it's being cheeky about it. She actually went out with me. But
see, there you go.
it's important that no matter what you think holds you back, if you want something bad enough, you can get out there and you can get it. And life can work like that if you allow it to. So
I love it. Okay. See, didn't this work out well? This wasn't that bad.
I don't want to do 4 and 5 though.
Okay. He's like, I'm going to pass on the 4 and the 5. All right. Well, cool. I want to thank you so much for being our very first in-person guest in our new studio here in Nashville. Very excited to have you here, and thank you again. We'll see you around town in Nashville. Come to Nashville, come see Greg, and make sure you follow him on his socials and download the new song. Download the new song.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It'll be in the bio of my Instagram, which is Greg Pratt Country. That's GregPratt Country. Also, if you don't have Instagram, because some people still don't, which is okay. My website, www.gregprattcountry.com. There's a big old picture of the cover art. If you scroll down a little bit, just click the picture and it'll take you right there.
It's so easy to get amazing music. Thank you again, Greg.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to Up and Country, where we have new episodes every Tuesday. And be sure to visit upncountry.com for all of the episodes and information about our VIP club, where you're going to get exclusive backstage access. And if you're on Instagram or TikTok, make sure to follow me, Sue Bonzel. I'll see you next week.